Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble. Rubbing my hands like Birdman. Welcome to the video. Franchise Sports TV back again with another video, and I have waited all day to make this video. I do not know how long I'm going to go. If I go an hour, I go an hour. If I go 2 hours, I go 2 hours. Y'all gonna listen regardless. Hopefully I ain't going no 2 hours. I don't feel like sitting here 2 hours recording this. But recently, the reason why I'm making this video, because I was actually going to leave this idiot alone and his fans alone for a minute. But he did lose. Him and his team did lose by 44 points earlier this week to the Philadelphia 76ers. But I made a video recently regarding KG and Stephen A. Smith discussing the whole GOAT thing, which I'm getting tired of. And that video is starting to get traction. I'm starting to attract the Latards, the LaQuire. And as usual, per usual, on cue, their Jordan hate manifests to the point when they don't make sense, when they start telling lies, becoming revisionists, all kinds of stuff. They don't make sense. And I actually put it on my community tab under the clown of the day. So I'm going to go in on their little queen that wears number 23 that shouldn't be on the Lakers no more. The fake king, the wash king, the fake GOAT. Because there's so many damn examples out there for these people to understand that LeBron James should never be ever equated into the GOAT conversation. He does not belong there. Talk about, oh, Jordan never won with Scottie Pippen. How many times do we have to keep hearing that? How many times we have to keep hearing that? Because the last time I checked, I don't think any star player, superstar player, or legendary NBA star has won by themselves. Not Russell, Bill Russell, not Wilt. Bill Russell had Bob Cousy, for example. Kareem had Oscar Robertson. Magic Johnson, James Worthy. Jordan had Pippen. Later on, Rodman. Kobe had Shaq. Shaq had Kobe. Kobe had Paul Gasol, Ron Artest. Shaq had Wade. Wade had Shaq. Wade had LeBron. LeBron had Wade Bosh Riala. Curry had Klay Thompson. Later, KD, Draymond Green. Even Giannis had Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. Jokic had Jamal Murray. Aaron Gordon. Tim Duncan had Manu Ginobili, David Robinson at one point in time, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard had Marc Gasol, Fatback Kyle Lowry, Dallas Mavericks. Dirk had Jason Terry, Jason Kidd, older versions of themselves, Peja Stojakovic. Detroit Pistons played as a team. Now, there was no superstars on that team, but they all play for each other. So, Hakeem had Sam Cassell, Robert Horry, Kenny Smith. Bird had Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, Bill Walton, Tiny Archibald, Kevin McHale. So, all these players I listed there will be considered Hall of Famers, are Hall of Famers, never played by themselves. Not even Rick Barry himself. I think he had Jamal Wilkes' rookie season. LeBron James has had so much damn help, it's not even funny. And it's not just help that just so happens that was drafted to his team. No, it was not. This man ran from the smoke to get help. Jordan never ran from the smoke. He got his ass beat by the Detroit Pistons. I forgot to mention the Pistons too, because Isaiah Thomas had Joe Dumars, Mark McGuire, and Bill Laimbeer. But anyways, Michael Jordan had to get his ass beat by the Boston Celtics, even Milwaukee Bucks, one of his first years in the league when he went to the playoffs. And like I said, the Detroit Pistons beat his ass, made his ass get into the weight room, found out how to win with Scottie Pippen. Eventually he did get Phil Jackson, and figured it out how to win on the team that drafted him. And then the 91 season, he ended up winning it all against the Los Angeles Lakers. And then he repeated it again. And then he repeated it again. Took a year and a half off, came back, got Dennis Rodman and Tony Kukoc, and did it again, and did it again, and did it again. The time you might say Jordan might have won it himself was a Game 6 of the 98 finals when Scottie Pippen was ailing with a back issue. I watched that game clearly. That was one of the first NBA games I ever watched clearly. And I wouldn't say clearly, but like watched it from ending to beginning. No, beginning to end, I should say. And the last couple minutes of that game, Jordan basically was there out there by himself. It's the only superstar to win it. All for the Bulls that game. I'm going to say something this. I say if Jordan was on those Cleveland teams that went against Kevin Durant for 2 years, I reckon with the rules that were played during that time, which are easier now, easier than when it was for Jordan back then, I reckon if Jordan was on those Cleveland teams that LeBron James was on, when he played going against the Golden State, I reckon Jordan ain't getting swept. Not even gentlemen swept. You know what? I'm going to be even more far-fetched. I believe if Jordan was on those freaking Cleveland Cavaliers teams with what LeBron had, I figure he'll find a way to win. You know what? He would win the final. I think he'll be able to beat that super team with the Golden State Warriors, because none of them, ain't no one on that team can hold Jordan. Nope. Ain't not one damn person on that team can hold Jordan. Not KD. Certainly not Steph, not Clay, and definitely not Draymond. Or even Iguodala himself. That's how far-fetched I'm being. Because that's how much Jordan is all the way in the league of his own, and LeBron James is kissing his feet. LeBron James kept running from the smoke. Jordan never ran to Bird, Hakeem, Magic to win. That was the ops to Jordan. The only time he ran to them, with the exception of Hakeem, was on the 92 Olympic team. That's the only time he played with a bunch of superstars, all the All-Star games. He wanted the smoke. Why don't you guys understand that? You letards understand that. Jordan wanted the smoke with the best in the league. He don't want to play with them. Why don't you guys get that? Kobe did too. These dudes want to destroy the ops, not join them. That sounds like Obi-Wan right there. Sorry. Oh my goodness. LeBron James, and this is why I got mad at KG for saying this. KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Ronald ran LeBron James out of Cleveland, made him go down to Miami, and found and learn how to win with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Running from the smoke to build a super team down in Miami. And his second NBA Final Series, LeBron James choked under the pressure, got scared of little J.J. Barea, Jason Terry, Deshaun Stevenson, which nobody really gives him credit for holding LeBron James. They all got in LeBron James' head, equaling 17 points a game in the finals. Jordan did not do that in his second finals. He won his second finals. Kobe did not do that in his second finals. He won his second finals. Matter of fact, I think he averaged anywhere from 26 to 28 points a game in the finals against the Philadelphia 76ers, his second NBA series, final series. And certainly, in their first, they showed up and was ready. They tell lies about LeBron's opponents, saying Detroit Pistons were old. Detroit Pistons were back in the Eastern Conference Finals the year after LeBron beat them to go to the finals. And were competitive without Ben Wallace. Jordan, I'm going random right here. And there's another thing that people leave out. Jordan actually had to go against centers. 7-footers. He had to go against the Robert Parishes down low. The Kareems down low, even though he was getting older. Hakeem's. Patrick Ewing's. He had to deal with those types of players. The centers. LeBron James ain't had to deal with none of that. He had a free lane to the basket. Looking like a bowling ball, as quoted by Too Raw. Jordan's competition was stiffer. It was harder. That sounds real bad, but it was more difficult. These dudes back then weren't playing. They was actually playing defense. And they weren't scared of Jordan. Maybe intimidated, but they weren't scared of Jordan. Maybe some were. Nobody ain't scared of LeBron. That's another thing. The fear factor, dang. The fear factor. Nobody fears LeBron when they come to the city. When LeBron comes to the city, everybody feared Kobe and Jordan and possibly what they could do. And don't even get me started on skills. Don't get me started on skills because Jordan and Kobe are way above. Even Tim Duncan is way above when it comes to skills, when it comes to LeBron. LeBron threw away his GOAT chance in the 2011 finals. Actually, he threw it away. Yeah, that's when he actually threw it away. And he's never recovered. I don't care what that 2016 finals has done. Never. You got Scottie Pippen out here capping for him. Talking about LeBron James won it by himself with Cleveland. Just ignoring Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and what they did. Even to a point of ignoring what J.R. Smith did. Just ignoring. Just acting like those guys don't exist anymore. Bubble championship. Jordan and Kobe are not associated with anything goofy like that. And they keep trying to bring in Michael Jordan's last years in the league when he was on Washington, forgetting that he took a couple of years off after his last time with the Bulls. Gaining weight, getting older. He had to lose the weight, dealing with injuries, a terrible knee injury, broken ribs. Playing on a less talented team than what LeBron James is playing with at age 38. Shoot, if they had the play-in tournament, damn. I think Jordan, if they had the play-in tournament back then with Jordan in his last years with Washington, they wouldn't have been in there. Probably wouldn't have went far. If Jordan had the injuries as well, too. I look at what Jordan did at age 38, 39. I look at that much more amazing, impressive than what LeBron James is doing at this age. Slower pace. Defenders who actually defended back then compared to now. Come on, y'all. Come on, you freaking LaQuire people. Come on now. You guys are not even being truthful. The denial is real with y'all. The denial is real with y'all. Y'all just can't accept it. I think some of y'all have accepted, but you, I don't know, don't want to accept it at the same time. There's so many different examples of why this bum is not the GOAT. The failures. He has way too many failures. Way too many failures. They get so caught up in this, oh, he's the all-time scorer. 21 years in the league, and he still hasn't caught up. Yeah, he ain't caught up with Kobe. Jordan did more with less and less time. These are the facts. I know it hurts y'all out there. I know it hurts your soul to hear that. 5,000 turnovers, which he got 3 weeks ago, which they try to quiet that down. Somebody said in the comment section for that video celebrating him getting that 5,000 turnovers, said that it would probably take Dirk if Dirk was to come back into the league until 62 years old. It'll take age 62 for Dirk to even get to 5,000 turnovers. Like I said, I think the next person who's close to getting 5,000 turnovers could either be Westbrook or KD or something like that. And I don't see either of them getting there. Because I think those two eventually will retire and be confident in their career as a whole. See, LeBron James wouldn't be getting as much smoke if he would have just stayed with Cleveland. You know, and stuck it out there and ended up winning rings. People are more appreciative of a player who didn't have to run and jump to teams and twist their way to get what they want, and just stayed with the team that they drafted by and waited it out. That's why there's some respect for Karl Malone as a basketball player, John Stockton, others who never won a ring but stayed with the same team. Well, some others did leave. Karl Malone eventually did leave. Same thing with Patrick Ewing and Charles Barkley, but still, there's more respect for them. They just ran into one of the greatest players who ever touched the basketball in Jordan. They keep talking about how dominant and how much LeBron James is the face of the league from the time he was drafted up until now. Even though there's plenty of freaking whamming evidence that he was not the face of the league when he first got in. They tried to. They even tried to make him the next Jordan, but little did anybody know that the next Jordan was right in front of our faces in Kobe Bryant. He was pretty much the face of the league, like it or not, you freaking stands. And as far as dominance is concerned, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do I have to list all the players that have won under LeBron's watch compared to Jordan's? No, I will, just for the heck of it. I will go down the long list of lines of players who have won LeBron James' watch probably since, let's say, 2005. His own boy, Wade, Shaq. I'm being more petty with it. I'm going to 04. That Detroit Pistons team. Kobe. Manu, Tim Duncan, Kawhi, Tony Parker, Dirk Nowitzki, Ray Allen, if I didn't say that already, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, Kevin Garnett, I said Dirk, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard actually a couple times. Some people are multiple time winners. Giannis, Jokic. All of these players won on LeBron's watch. When Jordan got into his prime and became what we know, not many people did. Hakeem. Now, you could say Bird, the rest of them, but we're going with primes and peaks. When Jordan finally got it all together, nobody was winning. Well, LeBron finally got it together. Everybody's winning. Still. These are the facts, people. I'm so sorry that you guys can't accept them. We're not going with the Nick Wrong revisionist history here. Just making up stuff as it goes. Took him 8 years to win. Shut up. Not knowing that Michael Jordan was drafted and the team wasn't really all that good at all. It wasn't good. Beginning his career, he got an older George Gervin and I think Artis Gilmore was on there around that time. I got to look back to that. I get that confused. But I know he had George Gervin on there around that time in his early years. The man broke his foot and came back and scored 63 on one of the best teams that ever graced an NBA court in the 85-86 Boston Celtics. Got Larry Bird calling him a god out there, even in victory. The Detroit Pistons tried to do their best they can to hurt Jordan during those years because they knew how great he was. Jordan was never associated with anything enhancements, EPO. Never. We never had to question that. Jordan had heart. Kobe had heart. The willpower. The tenacity to go out there and get the job done. Where LeBron James broke under pressure. Blaming others. Rolling his teammates under the bus. Leaving teams to find a better position. Someone like some of these females do these days. When the tough gets tough. Monkey branching to a better team. Ruining teams. It took years for Cleveland to recover the first time he left. It took a couple years to recover again after the second time he left. It took some years for Miami to recover. And I'm sure it's going to take some years for the Lakers to recover whenever he's done. He's like Galactus out there, just eating up all the team's resources to the point there's nothing left. And that team has to rebuild. The man insults his own viewership. We remember after they lost to Dallas. Somebody had to go back to their problems. And you got problems yourself, my guy. This man has his hands in the media, his claws in the media. They'll never criticize him, but they definitely did criticize Jordan. Definitely did criticize Kobe. As much people that don't want to see that, Jordan got older, they criticize him more. And I know definitely they criticize Kobe. They ain't want to put him in. They put him in very low in the top 100 players in the income. I forgot what season that was. And Kobe called him stupid. And guess what? They hated that. I'm sorry. Your king is not the GOAT. Not even a king himself. He's a queen. A pawn. I ain't go even worse than that. These are the breaks, y'all. So you can get on here, scream, cry, all you want. Insult me. Insult others for thinking the way I do. Even though I'm never even... Don't even say think the way I do. I'm just laying out the facts, and most people will agree when it comes to this. This man has played with so many different Hall of Famers. It's not even funny at this point. All the help in the world, and still hasn't caught up with Kobe or even Jordan. Definitely Jordan. And when the tough gets tough like it is this season, oh, it's time for people to go heads to roll. Somebody else has it. No, and trade the whole team away. I need more help. I have never seen somebody who calls himself the GOAT need this much help. We have never seen this before. Jordan didn't cry for help when he was on the Wizards. Or even in his heyday on the Bulls. 25 minutes. I think I ended there. Voice is getting hoarse. But what more can I say? We already know who the GOAT is. Some people would like to think it's Wilt. I put Wilt high above LeBron. Some people might think it's Magic. Some people might still think it's Bird. I think I put a poll up a couple of weeks ago. Who's the GOAT? And I think it was 98% said that was Jordan. To the 2%. And you see that in almost every poll these days. Who would you draft first, Jordan or LeBron? Majority of that vote is going to Jordan. And there's another thing too, especially when it comes to Kobe, they always like to point out his missed shots, which is easily can be debunked as well. But LeBron James is catching that missed shots record pretty soon. For someone that says they're pass first, which we all know is a bunch of lies, a bunch of cap. The man padded his stats for a whole season to chase that record of total points. Breaking shots up. And keep trying to compare him skill-wise to Jordan. He's nowhere close. That mid-range he tries to do is ugly. It's ugly. He's not the greatest passer. He has no bag. Giannis has more of a bag than he does. I say Giannis' skills is greater than his. Come on, y'all. Why you keep trying to put LeBron next to Kobe or Jordan? He does not have the skill set. He doesn't have the skill set of Tim Duncan. What is wrong with y'all? I get it. You can have your favorite player as LeBron, but you got to come to realization that he's nowhere close to these guys. But anyways, I'm done. Tell me what you guys think.